50 jobs as well as new revenue to the city. WMC-TV says the crowd opposing the project was big, while a few also showed up in support, saying Mason needs the jobs and the money. The facility has been shuttered since 2021 following an order ending federal contracts with private prisons under the Biden administration. Murray County officials say the body of an 18-year-old has been recovered from the Duck River. The discovery was made yesterday near the Highway 13 bridge. Authorities say he was pronounced dead at the scene. The young man has been identified and his family has been informed. The investigation into his death, though, is ongoing. More news in 30 seconds.
Hey, Joe, I thought you were retired.
Living on a fixed income is tough. So here I am, an essential worker.
I know. I mean, food prices are going up every day. Thank goodness for benefitscheckup.org.
Benefits what?
benefitscheckup.org. It's a free website where people over 60 can find help to pay for food, medicine, even utilities. I got $1,200 a year in benefits. Maybe it can help you.
The grave of Captain William Lytle, one of Murfreesboro's founding figures, was destroyed at his historic family cemetery. Lytle was a Revolutionary War soldier who donated the land upon which Murfreesboro was built. As WGNS reports, Murfreesboro police have launched an investigation. Meanwhile, historians are working to raise money to restore and protect the local historic site. Will Dudley, Access Tennessee News.
This is CBS Rewind. August 13th, 1967. The release of the movie Bonnie and Clyde with Warren Beatty.
Just figured on some easy pickings, didn't you, Frank?
And Faye Dunaway.
Get away!
August 13th, 1981.
Were you with a girl?
The last broadcast of
Night your business time, boy.
The Waltons on CBS.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Daddy.
Good night, children. Good night, Daddy.
This date in 1990. Curtis Mayfield was paralyzed when an equipment tower fell on him on stage before a concert. I'm Brendan Brooks, and that's Rewind.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. If you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Quote renter's insurance at progressive.com.
We're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is Rutherford Issues, hitting right at what matters most to all of us here in the heart of Tennessee. From Murfreesboro to Smyrna, Eagleville to Laverne, Leanna to Barfield, and everywhere in between. If it matters to you, you'll hear about it in the next hour here on Rutherford Issues. Now your host, Brian Barrett.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Welcome in to Rutherford Issues here from News Radio, WGNS, on a kind of a dreary Wednesday. Didn't know we were going to have this kind of weather today. A lot of rain. Thought we would get rain, but not what we're experiencing, and certainly not what's going on down in southeast Tennessee. We'll talk a little bit about that coming up. Got a lot to cover today. Brent Carter with Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services will be joining us here in just a bit. So we've got a lot to do today here on Rutherford Issues, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Don't forget, their virtual annual meeting is this Saturday. That's right, Saturday, 2 o'clock. And this virtual meeting, they would like you to participate. If you have electricity, all except a sliver of Laverne and maybe a few dotted around from Duck River down in southern parts of the county. Your electricity comes from Middle Tennessee Electric, and that's your electric cooperative. So, virtual meeting. They'd like you to register to say, hey, I'm going to participate in the virtual annual meeting. You'll get all the details on how to do that on their website. when you register, here's the great thing about it. You're thinking, do I need to register for a virtual meeting? Well, if you do, you're in the running for some great prizes. So don't forget to do that. Submit questions to be answered during the meeting, and also you can vote for MTE officers. That happens at their office on New Salem or by phone. More information about the MTE virtual annual meeting at mte.com/annual meeting. Pretty easy to remember that, isn't it? It's 10 minutes after 10 o'clock. We're going to check the forecast, I said, here in just a couple of moments. But first of all, how about our salutes for the day? Lainey Rice, the good neighbor of the day for this 13th of August. Nominated for being so awesome at her job and doing it with a smile and a kind word every time you see her. Lainey Rice, the recipient today of flowers from Jenny Harrison and everybody over at Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts. If you pop over to Ryan Flowers today or give them a call, wish Jenny a happy birthday. That's right. Jenny Harrison has a birthday today, so wish her a happy. And we thank Ryan Flowers for their many years of support for the Good Neighbor of the Day. How do you support Good Neighbor of the Day? It is listener driven, so 5 a week, 20 a month, you get the picture. We salute a lot of folks, and it's because of friends like you, our listeners. So text neighbor to 615-893-1450 or head to wgnsradio.com/good neighbor. Those are the two easy ways to get in your Good Neighbor nominations to us. Once you fill out the web form there, click submit, you're done. It is quite simply that easy. Birthday Club. On the Birthday Club, Dan Wing, who is a teacher over at Black Fox Elementary, is also celebrating a birthday today. I bet there'll be cupcakes or something involved, Dan, to wish you a happy birthday. And on top of that, some banana pudding from Slick Pig Barbecue, because Dan was the Birthday Club winner today. So congrats to Dan Wing, our Slick Pig Barbecue Birthday Club winner. Get to head over to Slick Pig, banana pudding, yum. Don't forget it when you go to Slick Pig. I know we've got one thing on your mind. It's the wings or the ribs or the barbecue. But don't sleep on their desserts. Great homemade desserts at Slick Pig Barbecue. They're located over at 1920 East Main.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Send you outside here on Big GTV to check out what's going on in the out of doors. 78 degrees. We've got some showers approaching, headed right down 24 right now. We'll tell you about here as we look at our Rutherford weather radar in just a moment. At the Murfreesboro Airport, 73 degrees. And some rain in Smyrna at the airport and 73 degrees. It is going to be a pretty rainy day today, it does appear, with a flood watch that is now in effect.
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms here at times this afternoon with cloudy skies, a high in the low 90s. We'll have winds out of the northwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for tonight, a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms, cloudy with a low around 71. Thursday, another chance for rain and storms, blend of clouds and sunshine develops, high of 92 degrees. Friday, we'll have a slight chance for showers and storms here late. Blend of clouds and sunshine develops, high around 95 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thanks, Jennifer. And we have a greater chance of showers and storms today than tomorrow. It's about a 7 and 10 today, 3 and 10 tonight, tomorrow, and kind of ramping down after that. But it is going to get hot to start next week. Upper 90s again, so we may be looking at heat advisory level heat. But between now and then, today especially, a little drink for the lawns. And currently, we've got heavy downpours, no lightning within the activity that is kind of riding down I-24 along Burnt Knob Road in the Blackman area, Richfield Manson Park, over into the Whitehaven and Reynolds communities, Riverbend, Ridgefield, Riverview, up toward Florence and Cherry Hill Estates, and another little shower that has popped up kind of along Highway 266 or Compton Road, going out toward I guess that would be Lascassas Pike, headed out toward 96. So that's where we have the showers right now. Southeast Tennessee, boy, they have been bearing the brunt of the heavy rain. Several flood warnings down there, and actually a death from the storm. It was on CBS News last hour. Maybe they'll catch it here this hour as well. We'll try to bring you some details on that. But that's a look at your forecast. Rain today, flood watch in effect until tonight at 7. RutherfordWX.com. That's the place you'll want to go to find your favorite social platform. There are also some great links there on the website. Some forecast tools, some things to have fun with for you weather weenies and geeks out there. So check it out, RutherfordWX.com. But even if you're not, you'll want to find out which local or which platform that you would like to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. So you'll be informed when the weather is severe. Impactful and severe weather, we're covering it on the Rutherford Weather video channels, Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitch, Kick, and Trovo. Added a few there. You can check all of that out at the website or text RWX to 615-893-1450 to receive links to all of those social platforms. Just pick your favorite and then do us a favor, share with all of your Rutherford County friends and neighbors. Let them know their latest weather information comes from Rutherford Weather.
This is Pastor Nikki Ajapong, the lead pastor of Holy Hill Chapel in Murfreesboro.
Here are sermons on WGNS every Sunday night at 7:30.
Our congregation is made up of a variety of nationalities.
Visit holyhillchapeltn.org to hear our podcast.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
Equity markets are up in early trading today. Investors awaiting producer inflation for July, which is forecast to rise. Healthcare and material stocks leading the upside. Consumer staples and industrials are trailing this morning. The Dow is up 323 points right now, and the S&P 500 hitting another record as post-CPI pop continues. The Dow is at 44,782 right now. S&P is up 364.49. NASDAQ down, but just 28 points, 21,653.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Time to check on the latest world news from CBS on WGNS. It's brought to you by our friends at SRM Concrete.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. European leaders say Ukraine's president had a constructive call today with President Trump. Volodymyr Zelensky heard here through an interpreter.
Everything regarding Ukraine needs to be discussed with Ukraine. We have to be part of this conversation.
CBS's Torian Small.
This came at the request of Germany's chancellor, a conversation to put Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky in the ear of the president ahead of his sit-down first face-to-face meeting with Putin since he retook office.
That meeting with the Russian president is set for Friday. Reports say Russia today imposed restrictions on WhatsApp and Telegram messenger apps, saying it was necessary to fight criminality. At least 3 deaths blamed on flooding in the Chattanooga, Tennessee area. More than 6 inches of rain overwhelmed some places, prompting high water rescues. There's also concern about possible flooding in Juneau, Alaska.
Rainwater and snowmelt from a huge basin dam by the Mendenhall Glacier have started flowing downstream toward the capital city. Nicole Farron is with the National Weather Service.
This will be a new record based on all of the information that we have.
Juneau Deputy City Manager Robert Barr says state and federal agencies installed a 2.5-mile-long temporary levee after last year's flooding, which damaged 300 homes.
This year, I would hope to see that number in the double digits instead of the triple digits.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Well, CBS's Stacy Lynn tells us a Louisiana woman is searching for a stranger who she says helped her escape a human trafficker nearly 14 years ago.
Maisha Grove's story has gone viral on TikTok.
I was in Washington, D.C. I was walking down the street, and this man
asked me if I was okay.
She wasn't okay. She told him she was being held against her will by a trafficker, and the stranger promised to help.
This man brought me a plane ticket.
She got out the next day fast, but she never got the stranger's name and wants to thank him.
I changed everything around. You know, I've gotten my bachelor's, my master's, and I went on just to make a difference.
She now supports other crime survivors and their families in New Orleans.
Well, CBS's Ed O'Keefe is covering as the Kennedy Center honorees are about to be announced, teased on social media.
They said a country music icon, an Englishman, a New York City rock band, a dance queen, a multi-billion-dollar actor.
Attention shoppers, Amazon said today it's going to more than double its grocery footprint in the U.S. by year's end. Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 300 points. The S&P is up 11. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, and here are some of the top stories impacting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for Wednesday, August the 13th, 2025. Governor Bill Lee has submitted a federal waiver request that would restrict how Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, benefits are used in Tennessee. If approved, recipients would no longer be allowed to use SNAP funds to purchase sodas or candies, but could instead buy prepared foods, such as rotisserie chicken. According to the proposal, sodas include drinks whose first 2 ingredients are carbonated water and a form of sugar or high fructose corn syrup. Candies are defined similarly, with sugar or caloric sweetener listed first. Lee says the change is about improving public health and saving taxpayer dollars, though critics argue that it infringes on personal choice. The plan stems from the, quote, Make America Healthy Again initiative and mirrors similar waivers approved in 12 other states. The Tennessee House has already passed a bill supporting this move, but it remains in the Senate Health and Welfare Committee. Meanwhile, Murfreesboro and Smyrna residents who are members of Middle Tennessee Electric are reminded to cast their votes ahead of the cooperative's annual meeting on Saturday, August 16th. MTE, a not-for-profit utility founded in 1936, now serves over 750,000 residents across Rutherford, Williamson, Wilson, and Cannon counties. Voting is available at all MTE customer service locations from 7:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. on weekdays and until 10 a.m. on Saturday. Rutherford County ballots can be cast at the Murfreesboro office on New Salem Highway or the Smyrna office on Nolan Road. This meeting offers members a chance to shape leadership and review cooperative operations for the year ahead. Murfreesboro is now home to Rutherford County's first dedicated orthopedic ambulatory surgery center. The new West Lawn Surgery Center, located at 5109 Veterans Parkway, will celebrate its grand opening with a public open house on Thursday, August 14th, from 5:30 until 7:30 p.m., hosted by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, in partnership with the Ascension St. Thomas and United Surgical Partners International. The event invites community members, leaders, and media to tour the new facility and to meet the healthcare team. Positioned in Murfreesboro's rapidly growing West Lawn community, the 13,000 square foot center features 3 surgical suites, advanced imaging technology, and pre- and post-op areas. It's part of a broader medical campus that includes TOA offices, orthopedic urgent care, physical therapy, diagnostics, and the adjacent Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford West Lawn Hospital. TOA CEO Rob Simmons said that the center brings high-quality, efficient care closer to home, enhancing recovery experiences for patients in Rutherford County. In other news, Tennessee State Senator Ken Yeager has pleaded no contest to a DUI charge following a December 2024 hit-and-run incident in Georgia. The Republican lawmaker from Kingston was arrested on Jekyll Island after reportedly admitting to being involved in a crash. Authorities detected alcohol on his breath, and he later complied with a field sobriety and breathalyzer test. As part of a plea deal, Yeager completed 40 hours of community service and DUI school. While other charges were dropped, he apologized and pledged to regain the trust of his constituents and colleagues. Authorities in Murfreesboro are continuing to investigate a devastating house fire that seriously injured a man Tuesday morning. The fire broke out just before 5:45 a.m. on August the 12th at 417 East Burton Street, a residential area located about 5 blocks south of Oakland's mansion. The man, believed to be in his 60s, was found inside a bedroom with severe injuries and was first transported to St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital before being airlifted to Vanderbilt Medical Center's burn unit in Nashville. The home, built in 1937 and measuring 962 square feet, sustained heavy fire and smoke damage throughout. Due to the dense layout of homes along East Burton Street, firefighters worked quickly to prevent the fire from spreading to neighboring properties. Investigators from the Murfreesboro Fire Marshal's office remain on the scene, working to determine the fire's cause. Authorities reiterated that in modern homes, individuals may have less than 2 minutes to escape a fire once it starts, due to the flammable nature of contemporary furnishings as well as construction materials. Meanwhile, Metro Nashville police are investigating the tragic shooting death of 6-year-old Cyprian Romero, whose parents drove him to Southern Hills Medical Center late Friday. He was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. A search of the family's SUV, which had briefly left the hospital parking lot, uncovered a stolen rifle-style firearm traced back to Murfreesboro and nearly 7 grams of methamphetamine. Investigators say that the circumstances surrounding Cyprian's death remains under active investigation, though no other suspects have been named. That's all for now. For updates on these and many more local news stories, be sure to check out our website, wgnsradio.com, or follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook and X. And if you're enjoying the show, be sure to leave a rating or a review on Spotify and iTunes, or a comment on YouTube. I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, part of your Good Neighbor Network. And I'll talk to you later.
FM 1019, FM 100.5, WGNSradio.com. The Good Neighbor Network. This is News Radio WGNS. Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
Hey, we've got a lot of high school sports coming up for you here in the next few weeks. It actually starts Saturday with the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner. Our conversation gets underway beginning at 9 o'clock. We'll roll through about 11:45, as a matter of fact. So be sure to join us for that. Getting a preview of all the high school football teams. Our day should be a barn burner there. And Thursday, Primetime Sports kicks off on the 21st. So all of that on wgnsradio.com. Middle Tennessee sports season begins on the 25th with Derek Mason program. And then on the 30th, the Blue Raiders will host Austin Peay. Now here is more sports news about our Atlanta Braves. Kind of rolling a little bit, or has that been kind of the brakes put on that?
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update.
The Mets pounded out 6 home runs. The Braves couldn't hold on. 13-5 is your final from Flushing in what was a lackluster effort from the hometown Braves. Spencer Strider, 4 innings, 8 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. The 8 earned runs he gave up tie for the most he's given up in his career in any single game. Matt Olson was 2 for 5. He had 2 doubles and an RBI. Nacho Alvarez, his first 2 career RBIs as a major leaguer, so congrats to Nacho Alvarez. Game 2 coming your way tonight from Citi Field up in Flushing. Carlos Carrasco going for the Braves. He's 2-2, has a 6.18 ERA and 32 strikeouts. David Peterson for the Mets, 7-5, 2.98 ERA and 112 strikeouts. For leadoff show with myself and Chris Domino at 5:55. First pitch with Ben and Darren, 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central, right here on the Braves Radio Network.
Access Tennessee Sports. I'm Josh Copley. Belmont University announced the passing of one of its all-time great basketball players, Robert Barnes, who was 91 years old. He was a 2-time All-American during his time with the Bruins and was the school's first ever Conference Player of the Year in 1956. He also holds multiple school records. He is 3rd in all-time career points scored with the university after playing for 3 seasons. His jersey number 15 is one of 3 jerseys retired by Belmont. The Tennessee Titans made some roster moves following their first preseason game last Saturday. The team waived and released backup quarterback Tim Boyle after a lackluster showing, and they re-signed quarterback Trevor Siemian per the Nashville Tennessean. They also activated center Lloyd Cushenberry from the physically unable to perform list after he had been recovering from a torn Achilles. Per the Knoxville News Sentinel, senior Lady Vols basketball player Ruby Whitehorn was supposed to appear in court yesterday following her arrest, but that date was rescheduled and the preliminary hearing will be September 5th. I'm Josh Copley with Access Tennessee Sports.
Access Tennessee News. I'm Will Nunley. A violent night in Clarksville as police investigate 2 separate shooting incidents within minutes of each other. The first reported at 7:25 outside of a Japanese restaurant where one man was reported shot. The second call coming in 10 minutes later as a man was reported shot at someone's home on Cabot Drive. It's unclear if the 2 are related in any way. The victims are being treated at this hour. The Tennessee State Fair is set to get underway tomorrow. DJ MJ with our affiliate WANT in Lebanon is there with a preview.
The Wilson County Tennessee State Fair's theme for this year is Going Hog Wild and Bacon Memories at the Fair, celebrating the year of pork. The fair will take place for 10 big days at the Ward Ag Center in Lebanon, August 14th through the 23rd. Reporting from the Wilson County Tennessee State Fair, I'm WANT's MJ for Access Tennessee.
WANT also has a great booth at the fair. Stop by and say hello to these local broadcasters if you get the chance. More news in 30 seconds.
This is Betsy Maples.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
A former Benton County commissioner wanted for failing to appear in criminal court for abuse charges appears to have been apprehended. Stephen Stokes was indicted earlier this year on 1 count of sexual battery with a minor. However, he did not appear for a scheduled court date Monday. A warrant was issued for his arrest, and after a day of following leads, Stokes was arrested Tuesday afternoon. Will Nunley, Access Tennessee News.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Rutherford Issues, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric, and a reminder about their virtual annual meeting Saturday, and it's at 2 o'clock. You can participate. Number one, you'll want to register. You could win some great prizes. Number two, you can submit questions. And number three, you can vote for the officers. All of that at mte.com/annual meeting. For details, you have to register and vote and that kind of thing in person or do it by phone. Also, our live stream on Big G TV brought to you by Murfreesboro Medical Clinic, trusted since 1949 to care for thousands of families in Rutherford County with more than 20 specialties across several areas and locations. MMC delivers quality health care that fits your life. Speaking of health care, joining us today, how about that?
How about that?
Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services, Brent Carter is in the house. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, sir. That was a good lead in.
Yeah. Keeping busy, I know.
Oh, man, we are hammered. I mean, 911 calls, school's back in session, so, yeah, we're busy.
So how does school being back relate to you being busier?
Well, I mean, they're away from home. They're on the playground. They're being silly. You know, so we're getting some calls on that. This weather's not helping at all either. You know, people that have some breathing problems and things like that, the humidity. And so everybody's in a hurry. Mm-hmm. Drop kids off, hurry and get back to work. So, you know, and the rain, whatever side of the road it wants to mess up.
Yeah. It just seems like our school zones get busier and busier because our traffic, I mean, it takes forever to get across town anymore.
The growth is just, I mean, that adds the biggest part of it, too. You know? I mean, Rutherford County's not checking up at all. They're not pumping their brakes. They're not doing anything. They're just building. And then now, you know, they're widening and doing a whole bunch of road construction, so that congests everything.
Yeah.
And to try to get, even on this morning, even going down Veterans, they're not really even working on it, you know, but the traffic was pretty heavy and fire trucks and ambulances were trying to get through, and I'm pulled over, you know, letting them pass me. And I mean, it takes time, so it slows us down a little bit.
You know, the New Salem project has been a pain. You know, the widening and all that of New Salem. And it kind of alarms me that that's kind of your area, home area, and mine is over on the Siegel side of town.
Right.
And Mayor McFarland said that if you thought New Salem was painful, wait till we start Thompson Lane. So I'm kind of worried about that one.
I'll tell you what, I hope they don't do it during school, but
it's supposed to start, I think, early 26. So
yeah, I mean, 99 right now, New Salem Highway it's down to, I mean, it's one lane anyways once you get past Cason, and then they're doing construction on both sides of it. They stop traffic. Not only are we congested because of the schools down there, everybody taking their kids to school, is they'll stop traffic to let dump trucks or equipment go in and out, and it takes a while.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to leave earlier, and they're in a hurry.
So that New Salem project was in 3 phases. The first 2 are done, but this third phase is going to take it from right there at Cason.
I think it's Cason is when they
and then out
bottlenecks back down.
Yeah, out past the Rockville schools. So,
and then they're building, I don't know, a ton of houses on just the other side of Rockville schools.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, but people just need to slow down.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the traffic is what it is. I think sometimes, I don't know. Part of me wants to think that because people are, I don't want to say distracted, but you've got a lot of noise going on in cars, you know, if you're listening to the radio or whatnot. And then they've made cars so soundproof now on the inside, it's hard to hear until like the last second.
Yes, sir.
An ambulance is
coming. It really is. It really is. And then, you know, I mean, we've got air horns and we're, you know, sirens, but you're right. They've dampened them so much that you're pretty much right on top of them, unless they're paying attention like they're supposed to with their rearview mirrors and their side mirrors and things like that. But the distraction part of it is. The biggest part is like we got that ambulance right across from the middle school there at Rockville.
Mm-hmm.
There's that public safety building. Coming into town or going out, just on the matters of the time of the day. And there's no shoulders now because they put up them barricades and things. So
there's no way around
it. There's really
huh?
no way around it. You can't even drive down the middle of the road and split them enough to get an ambulance through there.
There's just not enough space.
There's just not. So it gets a little hairy.
Maybe there should be a new technology. You can come up with this and make millions, and but
then you wouldn't talk to him.
Oh, I'd talk to you. I'd ask you for money. If there were cars are so smart now, and you've got cameras and stuff. Why not put like a siren detection on there where it flashes on your screen or something?
That's a thought.
Yeah.
Now you just put it over the air, and now somebody else is going to make our money.
Well, I guess that's true. But I see it all the time when I'm driving, and I have to think that it's people that just don't hear it until the last second. Or because they hurry and move over.
They're driving and thinking. They're not really paying attention to the road, which I get it. I mean, we all do it. I drive all over the county every day, so I see a lot of distracted drivers.
Yeah.
We'll go that route.
I bet all of the drivers from EMS, they know these back roads and ways around some of the congestion.
They're learning them. We got so many new people. They're some of them are having a hard time just learning the main veins of it.
Mm-hmm.
But even these back roads are getting congested because everybody else knows them too. And they're all just one lane roads too, with no medians in the middle or nothing. So, it's hard to drive around Murfreesboro. So Smyrna's a little bit different. There's a lot of different ways you can get to that hospital, but there's not a whole bunch of ways without going main roads to get to the hospital in Murfreesboro.
Yeah. The satellite hospitals that we're seeing kind of pop up, West Lawn,
they're doing better.
West
Lawn's doing good. Oh yeah, it's helping. Yeah. So and it's helping on ER times too, to be able to, if you want to do a walk-in and things like that. We still can transport there, but walk-in times are a lot less than Ascension St. Thomas.
Yeah, I never would have thought that we would see one, on Lascassas Pike, but they're going to have an ER there with MMC's big building that's going up. I mean, it's we're seeing that regionalized, which is part of the reason for the growth and whatnot. So when you get a call and it gives you an address, there's some type of GPS system that tells you how to get there in the trucks.
I don't know for sure, because it's been a while since I've been on the ambulance on these.
Okay.
But I don't know if they've got a map that's pulled up to it, or you got to do it separate.
Maybe they put it in your phone or something.
Yeah.
Call volume, I'm sure.
Call volume's still about 125. I mean, we have some shifts doing 130, 140 calls in a 24-hour shift. So we're still running 18 trucks. Plainview will open up probably somewhere around in middle October, I'm going to guess. That's the last I heard. Anyways, that'll give us 20 trucks on the road.
So,
or 19.
Yeah. And then, there's talk of more expansion in the north end of the county. And, I'm sure we're not done with this. Who knows what 5 years is going to be like?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Laverne's wanting some more trucks. Smyrna's wanting some more trucks. Murfreesboro needs more trucks, just because of the volume. Lascassas, when that one opened up, it took some off of the town trucks, MTSU trucks, and things like that. Walter Hill, when it opened up, it helped Smyrna a little bit. So they're strategically placing these now, and hopefully we still keep our 6-minute response times, and hopefully we can get them less than that.
It sounds like this public safety building concept is a good one for the future, though.
It is, whether they need to be that big or not. They can still have fire and EMS together, but it doesn't have to be that fancy of a building. But that's not
But they are
it's
used
not my lane to work
sure,
in. You know?
But they are used for like shelters and
Oh
things.
yeah,
if
oh
need
yeah.
be.
And they're where they are right now is a great place for the shelters.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of hits every end of the county.
Yeah, they can at least house some of them.
Yeah,
for a while.
So you said response time is 6 minutes, huh?
That's what we've
Average?
been. Yeah, plus or minus. You know, but we've been averaging close to around 6 minutes, which is pretty good.
And you mentioned 125 average calls or whatnot, and it doesn't matter weekends, holidays. It
doesn't matter.
It doesn't make a difference.
Birthdays, Christmas, yeah, it don't matter. it just doesn't matter.
No days off.
The call volume's no days off.
Yeah.
The shifts, they get their days off, but there's some trucks they're awake a lot in that 24-hour period.
And again, they're doing what, 24
72s.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have 4 shifts. So the ones that work today, they get 3 days off. They'll get Friday, Saturday, what's today, Wednesday. So they'll be back
Thursday, Friday,
Sunday.
Saturday.
Yeah, they'll be back on Sunday.
And so whatever that 72 hours, that's kind of their rotation.
That's their rotation. So you can mark it on your calendar. Just count every 4th day you're going to work it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Take your vacation, though, then it messes it all up.
I guess it does. I just can't imagine 24 hours straight. I don't know how they do it.
You get used to it.
Damn.
Yeah, you get used to it. What do you mean? He used to stay out late when he was in college.
That's true, but I can't do it now. I was up way too late.
I can't do it now either. I'm getting a little old for riding them trucks.
Getting started on the high school sports stuff, and was up way too late last night. But there is something that Rutherford County EMS is putting together. We want to make sure we have plenty of time to talk about that. And you're really reaching out to help one of your own.
Yes, sir. So what we're doing, and it's on Saturday, October 23rd, it's going to be at the Las Casas ballpark, is we're putting on our first annual, I guess we could call it, depending on what happens, but it's a kickball tournament for one of our own. It's a cancer benefit. So got an employee, that family needs a little help, and we figured this is a way we can join in and get the community involved, get everybody involved. Whoever wants to come up with a team, we're still taking entries. We'll probably take them up until that first ball rolls, maybe even after that. Whoever wants to come in and play kickball, they're going to have food. We're going to have it catered. Purdum's Barbecue is going to come out and do some catering. Be a good family event. So it's a good cause too. All benefits, all of them. Food and everything is going to go towards this family to help with doctor bills and things like that.
That's the spouse of someone within emergency management,
yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they've got kids involved, so it's a tough time for them. They're a younger couple too, and so we've all been through something similar maybe, but it's a little bit tough. So being one of our own, we're doing what we can to help, and like I said, all proceeds are going to go to the family to help pay whatever.
Are you going to be the ringer on one
No,
of the teams?
I'm not going to be the ringer. No, I might sit back and laugh, take some pictures or something, but I'm not going to be the ringer.
So,
but if anybody wants to sign up, maybe you can attach your link to it.
Yeah.
And if they just want to make a donation, contact Rutherford County EMS. And so we'll get you headed in the right direction.
There will be, I'll put on the podcast this sign-up link so people can sign up for that and put the details. It's going to start at 9 o'clock, and I guess it probably...
Till whenever, depending on how many teams we get. I think there's 3 fields, so we'll be running around. And I don't know how the bracket's going to get set up, but...
Depend on the number of teams.
It depends on the number of teams. So the more the merrier. Get you 15 people and come on out and play.
Yeah. Sounds like a fun time, and that's at the ball field, which is right close out there to
the address. You want to put that on that link too?
Sure.
But it's 6531 Las Casas Pike, so it can't be too far off that road.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's near the safety building.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
So if I remember my Las Casas geography pretty well, let me see if I can just pull it up here real quick. But so anybody can sign up for teams, and I'm sure that the county, I mean, this has been spread around, so you're going to see a lot of it.
It's on Facebook, it's on Instagram. I think it's just, anything social media wise. But with you adding the link to it and this podcast, it's just another way to reach out to people and say, hey, we're here to help our own, and this is what we're going to try to do.
In fact, the ball fields are right behind the public safety building.
Okay.
I mean, exactly behind it. So
cool.
Can't really miss it out there.
So they get to show and tell, at the public safety building.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen or been through it, it's pretty remarkable. So, yeah, we'll get the information up about that. So this is a cancer benefit kickball tournament. It is coming up not this Saturday, but the next, the 23rd, and it all benefits a spouse of or a family that's within Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services. Brent, I appreciate you coming in as always.
Thank you, sir.
And just got to remind folks, you have got to slow down in those school zones.
That's the biggest thing. Put your phones down. If you're in school traffic, just put your phones down, because we still got kids walking to school. We've still got them riding the bikes, and mom and dads are in a hurry to drop them off so they can get to work.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately,
everybody's a little distracted.
It was the first day of school out there on right in front of the Christiana schools. We had
that was a bad
accident there. So keep that in mind. Brent Carter joining us with Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services here today, and I want to thank you for joining in. If you missed part of the information that we passed along, or when I get the podcast posted, I'll put all the details about the kickball tournament up there. You'll want to find those at wgnsradio.com under podcast, then Rutherford Issues. That's where you'll find it. And thanks for joining us here and watching, listening, wherever you might be. We'll be back next time for another edition. Hope you have a wonderful day, everybody.
Jennings and Ayers.
Subscribe to Big G TV. Local content that matters to Rutherford County.